Oh my god, it's like technical difficulty Friday. I was actually going to resume this and then it went boop. It's like, alright, let's try this again and one for the last time. I guess third time's a charm. Anyhow, like I was saying, because you guys probably haven't heard my last video, considering it just disappeared. I was training for a fitness competition show last Saturday, and my team and I noticed there was a strong scent in the room, and it was actually bothering my eyes. And so I went out of my tent after I was done tanning in my fitness competitor, and I asked, what is that strong smell? It smells like menthol. And one of the competitors used hot sheen. Now, I'm not sure if he used the whole bottle or a little bit, but it was not just bothersome to me, but it was bothersome to other competitors as well, because their eyes were starting to burn as well as mine. So it kind of made me, I actually had to go wash my face to actually get the burn away from my eyes. But the competitor, he was a physique competitor, what he told me what it did was it brought out the vascularity for his muscles or for his body, and that's great and all, but when it comes to smelling like preparation H, I'm not sure if it's the best thing to put on for a competitor. You could actually always use, drink a little bit of grape juice with a shot of salt, and that will actually bring out your vascularity as well. But another thing is, are the judges looking for vascularity? The show that I tan for, they don't look for vascularity. They look for mass. So that product could actually be a hit or miss depending on what show you're doing. But just remember, if you smell something like menthol and it's starting to burn your eyes, it's that stuff. I will never have that. I mean, everybody has their own preference. But for me, I will never offer that to my competitors. That is on them. If they want to use it, that's fine. After I tan competitors, this is what I do for after I tan competitors. After I tan a competitor, I dry them completely to make sure their tan is completely dry before they put their suit on. Some of them already have their suit on for their second tan. And that is fine because the spray gun I use is the RLR. It sprays like a flat fan, so I could easily miss spraying on the competitors' suits or their competition jewels for like the figure bikini girls that have like the connectors on the side and bikinis, they have little bikini connectors on the side too. I could easily skip that. But after I'm done drying my competitor, what competitors absolutely love is powder. They love the powder. I spoil my competitors because for me, it's not just about making money. It's about keeping competitors happy, because when they are happy, the promoter's happy. And when the promoters are happy, they're going to bring you back or add you to more shows to tan for their federation, which they have done for me. But so for competitors, what I do is sometimes bodybuilders, for instance, physique competitors, they tend to sweat right here. So what I do is after I'm done drying them, I will go ahead and put some powder right there. Yes, they can go ahead and oil up and put the oiling over that powder. It's not going to hurt, but it does help. Believe it or not, this powder does help. Because when they pump up, yes, some of them sweat. Some of them have actually told me that they don't sweat. They say because of the powder. Powder's a miracle. I also put the powder on armpits, back of legs, creases, But you got to remember, dry them completely before you put the powder on. Now, and I do this for all the categories, all the divisions. Now, let's talk about bikini. What did we talk? Oh, Bikini Bite. So, for Bikini Bites, this is from Pro-Tan. I don't know why this one says Muscle Up. And this one says Pro-Tan. Bikini Bite. So what you want to do is, one, if your little roll-on, like this one actually got stuck one last week. So this is actually a roll-on. What you do is you go ahead and roll this onto their suit. For instance, like let's say the edge right here, right here on the edge. Go ahead and roll that on the edge right there. Let's say this is a suit. And then you go ahead and roll it on the skin, inside, not outside. And then hold it. What I do is I get my spray gun and I actually use the hose to dry it, so it dries a little quicker. But you gotta press it too. So I do this for their bottoms. I do it for, because a lot, as we know, and this happens to me, I'm not gonna get technical here, but me, I tend to have a J-Lo booty, and my competition suits that are bikini, they tend to go up and up and up. So I have to prevent that. So I have my husband, and oh boy, he is amazing at putting this stuff on. He does it really good too, and my bikini bottoms, they don't go anywhere. But what he does is he puts it on top of the edge of my bikini inside, and then he puts it on the bottom where the cheeks are. Puts it on the inside and then onto my skin. He presses it on there, dries it with the hose. My bikini ain't going anywhere. So yes, for this, you don't want bikinis to go right up, or you don't want them to go down. Like I had a competitor have that. That happened to a competitor last weekend. So I had to Bikini Bite her on the top of her suit, her bottoms, and the bottom of her suit. Her bikini did not go anywhere. So this is some really good stuff. But one thing I've noticed is tops. It doesn't work much for tops. So this is what I got. I got Hollywood tape. The Hollywood tape. This is amazing stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love my Bikini Bite, or the Bikini Bite. It's a good product and it's great for the suits. But the Hollywood tape is really, really, really good for the top part. For instance, sometimes competitors have the tops where the padding is built in. So when they're moving, if that top is big, a little too big on them, and they're moving around, their top is going to move too as well, and it may show side boobs. So what I do is, this is a two-sided tape. Go ahead and get me a nice size, and I put it right here in their suit, and then I go ahead and press it. Do that on each side. Sometimes I do it right here. So because women, you know, everybody's different in size, so you don't want to have any nipple coming out. So this works really well for the inside right here. So Hollywood tape, invest in it if you're doing competition tans for a show. Even if, you know, you're not doing competition tans, you're not the sponsor tanner for a show, you're you know, people calling you for competition tans, female bikini competitor, figure competitor, invest. Investing ever. Now, also for bikini, I use Norvell's Dancing with the Stars. This one's called Dazzle. So this one works really good if a competitor is wearing a bikini that is not all blinged out. This gives a nice little shine to the bikini competitor. Figure competitors, you don't want to use that on them because a lot of times their suits are blinged out. Some of them are heavily blinged out. But with bikini competitors, some of them wear their suits, you know, it's shiny, but it doesn't have the crystals on them. So this would work great for those that are wearing the bikini without the crystals. And it smells good too. Now, next thing after you tan your competitor, to get them show ready, glazing or oiling. Some call it glazing, some call it oiling. Glazing, I easily think Krispy Kremes. So I kind of call it shining the body, oiling. Now, you may hear of some tanners using World Competition Peppy. It is coat conditioning for horses. Mind you, horses, not competitors. Yes, this actually smells pretty darn good. The Dazzle, Stephanie, yes. The Dazzle is for the skin. Like I say, it gives the competitors a nice, the bikini competitors, gives them a nice shine, a nice little sparkle. I love it. But you don't want to put it on anybody that has a suit that's blinged out. Otherwise, you're going to look like a Christmas ornament. Now going back to the glazing. Don't use this. Why I say this is because, one, I bought it, and because I heard competition, tanners that do competition tanning, I've heard that they use it and it works really, really well. But I did have a competitor once, and I was going to glaze her, and she says that she cannot use this. I had this on hand too. And I asked her, why can't she use that? And she said, because it burned her skin. Ooh, okay. So I did look it up on Google, and I actually asked a couple of other competitors too. They said the same thing. They said it kind of burned their skin, had a little tingling feeling, but it did smell good. So I'm glad she told me that because, well, this can is full. I have not used it. I will not use it on a competitor just for that reason. I do not want to piss off a competitor and make them unhappy because something I did. Pam cooking spray. For God's sake, keep it on the damn griddle. It's not for the skin. It's for the griddle. You use it for cooking, not for glazing or oiling fitness competitors. Another thing you do not use Pam for is because, like I said, it's not for the skin. But it also makes the tan run. Yes, back in the days, they have used Pam because that's all they knew, or Crisco because that's all they, back then that's all they knew, and baby oil. But the thing with those products is it ruins the competition tan. And I've seen it many, many, many times when people use Pam on a competitor. It just looks god-awful. The competitor smells like, oof. What I use is, I use Banana Boat. Banana Boat Deep Tanning Oil. Why? It's for the skin. And this is a spray, so when you spray it, it sprays onto the competitor and it gives them a nice shine. Enough to define their muscles when on stage. It is great for the bright lights that are out there on stage, and it's amazing. This one is, what is it, $6.44 I think it is, but you could actually buy it in bulk and get it for cheaper. So this is what I use for oiling competitors, and when I spray them with this, I also have my handy roller on site. There's two different type of rollers. I have the yellow one, because the yellow one's for oiling, and I have my white one, because that one is for spot touch-ups. And yes, I do go through rollers like crazy. I do wash them at the show in the bathroom, so, I'll go through a couple of them, and I'll rinse them out and dry them underneath the dryer in the bathroom, and they're good to go for using again. But for oiling, this is what I use. It works wonders. It smells good. Competitors love it. If I spray and I see a little oversaturated area, then I just get the roller and kind of roll it out, and it blends in nicely. The judges absolutely love it. The judges have told me this product is really good because they can see the competitor's muscle definition. They don't see any, missed spots or anything. And underneath the bright light, because those bright lights on stage, they can get very bright. One venue, their lights were too bright that we had to tell them to, bring it down. So, and the promoter had to tell them that too. So they did, and it was so much better. So if you're oiling or glazing your competitor, this is the best thing to use. I absolutely love it. And it smells tropical too. You guys have any questions about competition tanning or anything, I am all ears. I'm not sure. I see a couple of comments, but I'm not sure if they are all coming through. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Yep, I see some. Alrighty, so another thing you want to do when you are the sponsored tanner for a show, another thing you want to do is carry a couple of hair clips. Not everybody's going to use them, you know, but these, I buy these. These are about $1. I have so many of them that I carry. You know, I do get a lot of bikini competitors, and so I have them with me just in case. I'll get like maybe 3 competitors that need them, you know, but as far as, you know, that goes, everybody else used, you know, oh, I'll take a hair cap, that's fine. But remember, when you use them, I spray them too. After each use, I'll go ahead and spray them with my sanitizer, wipe them down, and they're good to go. So yeah, definitely invest in these if you're a sponsored tanner for a show. These will definitely come in handy. Remember to sanitize. Stephanie Renner. Is this stuff applied while their suits are on? What stuff are you talking about, Stephanie? Are you talking about the Dazzle or the Banana Boat? I actually put the if it's either the Banana Boat or the Dazzle, I go ahead and put them on with their suits on. It's, you know, you just try to avoid getting it on the suit, which is easy. Oh, the oiling, yeah. When competitors, you know, when I'm oiling them, they already have their suits on. But I make sure to aim for the skin and not the suits, which, like I say, can easily be done. Yeah, the Banana Boat, definitely, with their suits on. I mean, you could do it with their suits off, but problem with that is when they get their suits back on, it's going to create some creases and marks. So you want to oil them up with their suits on. You could even tan them with their suits on. On the second day that I tan them, some of them I'll tan with their suits on. And it's so easy. Competitors are absolutely amazed because I don't get anything on their suits while I'm tanning them. You could also get some, like, if you know if you're afraid of getting the spray on their bikini connectors, you can always get some tissue paper and wrap it around too as well. That could also help. Gets a little saturated, you know, not much, but just a little. But tissue paper is good to have that for. Takes a few seconds, you know. But another thing is, always invest. And does oil rub off the bronze from the spray tan? No, it does not. And I say this because when I apply this, I apply it in a very light sheen. So I spray very lightly on the competitors, and it gives them that right amount of sheen. Not too much, not too little, just the right amounts. And their tans are completely fine. Have not seen any of the bronzers being rubbed off. Now I have seen people that use Pam, and I've seen the Pam rub the bronzers off. Of course, you know, when I've seen the people using Pam, like let's say they're coaches, I see the coaches with these mitts, you know, with the tanning mitts. You know, it's fine to use, but when the coaches are using them, they're like patting them on and all that. That's great and dandy, but you got to know how to do it right. Otherwise, you're going to leave marks. That's why I don't use the tanning mitts for any, you know, spot touch-ups or applying. I use my roller, because the roller, no streaks, no marks whatsoever. It does exactly what I need it to do, and I have no issue. Or you leave it like that or roll onto the skin. Now what I do for the Banana Boat, I leave it like that. You could easily leave it like that because when it sprays like a nice cloud, and so it gets on the skin, you know, where you're aiming, it gets nice. Like for instance, the physique competitors, when I spray, it gets nicely on their skin and evenly distributed. Bikini competitors, you gotta be careful. Aim where you need to shine. But the only time I use the roller for my banana boat is if I see any little oversaturated area. Then I'll go ahead and use the roller and even it out. But as far as spraying and leaving it on the skin, you can definitely do that. I do it plenty of times and never have a problem. If you're a sponsored tanner for a show, you want to invest, always keep in hand, electrical tape just in case your hose decides to go poof. So the electrical tape, if your hose gets disconnected from the adapter, oh, okay. You're welcome, Stephanie. If your hose gets disconnected from the adapter, the electrical tape will save you from, if you don't have another hose on hand. If you have another hose on hand, switch them out. But yes, definitely keep electrical tape. Every show that I am a sponsored tanner for, I always have electrical tape with me at all times. Sometimes I have two, but I saw that I only had one. It's all good though. Another thing you want to invest in, plumber's tape. Plumber's tape, yes. You want to have this on hand when you are the sponsored tanner for a show because, and this is for wrapping the outer part of your rim of your spray tan gun, the cup. So always keep this in mind. And the reason being is because sometimes when you're tanning back to back to back, you never know. You might have your cup may end up leaking. It's happened to us before. And thank God, you know, it leaked on the painter's drop cloth, but you don't want to waste any solution from a leaky cup. So always have this on hand. It will definitely save you. Before I tan for, when I prep for a show, I get all my spray tan guns and I wrap each one. I carry about 3 of them. So the one that I'm spraying with, and then 2 extras just in case. Thank God I never had to use those 2 extras, but they are there. But I always wrap the outer rim with this. I actually recently started using the 2 extras, and the reason being is because when I'm done tanning what I do is I fill up the guns, each one, and so I have 3 guns that are ready to go and spray. So when I'm done spraying with one gun, I go to the next, and then I go to the next, and then when I get a break, then I go ahead and refill them up. So it actually saves me time, so I'm not, you know, constantly refilling my guns. But yeah, always carry extra machines with you, extra guns with you, towels. There is a lot to bring. Well, not much, but there's a good amount of things that you need to bring for a competition show if you're the sponsor tanner for one. You're welcome, Shoshana. Shoshana, are you tanning for Muscle Mania in Vegas in November, by the way? Or don't you, Shoshana, don't you live in Vegas? I could have sworn you do live in Vegas. Huh. Anyhow, Shoshana, let me know if you live in Vegas and if you're going to be tanning for the Muscle Mania show because, well, I'm not going to make it this year. So, I know our good friend Brittany Williams is going to, most likely she'll be competing in that. So, I'm going to need a tanner for her and possibly some others. Hi, Tammy. Tammy, let me know. Oh, I gotta reply to your message, girl. let me know how it's going with that show. And I think it's in Central, where is it, Stockton somewhere? Let me know, because if anything, I can contact the promoter to have them bring you on. So, any other questions you guys have? Hi, Tammy. But yes, guys, like I said, you know, there are so many things to know about competition tanning. You can't just be a spray tanner for everyday tans, bridals, you know, weddings, what have you. Ah, yes, August. There's so much to know about competition tanning. You got to know what will happen, what can happen. What can happen will happen. And you got to know when things happen, you know, with tans and what have you, you got to know how to fix them. By the way, Tammy, you want to join me in October? I will be going, Tammy, I will be going to Northern California in October for, what's that show? That show I always tan for up there. This time the show, I believe it's going to be in a different venue. It's going to be in Fremont, I believe. Text me or private message me and I will give you some more information. Alrighty. But yeah, like I was saying, you got to know there's so many things that could go wrong in a show. And you got to know how to go about fixing them if things happen. So, like I say, get your education for competition tanning if you don't have any. If you guys have any questions about competition tanning, hey, feel free to let me know or ask questions. I am here for you guys. I am all ears. I am happy to help. Don't be that tanner that's going to go on the forum and say, hey, I got hired to tan for a fitness competition show, but don't know anything about competition tanning, because I'm going to come at you and I'm going to say, what the heck are you thinking? Throwing yourself out to the wolves. Me, as a judge, I always know who is a good tanner and who isn't when it comes to judging competitors. I've seen it before. So remember, get your education on. We all need you by our side when we tan. And I am always there by your side when you guys tan. Always. Like I say, I don't want anybody to, I mean, you know, when we think, oh, somebody asked me, a promoter asked me to tan for their show, a lot of people think, dollar signs, hey, that's great and everything, but first, before you saying yes to any promoter, you have to feel confident and you have to have competition tanning, the knowledge, the experience. You got to have all that under your belt before you say yes to a promoter. Because I've seen it plenty of times where people say yes to a promoter and they don't know anything about competition tanning. And you got to remember that when your tans look bad, it makes you look bad and it makes the promoter look bad too. And well, they actually don't want to or will not hire you back. So, oops. So I say, be the best that you can be. If you guys need help in competition tanning, feel free to reach out and I will definitely help you the best I can, because I've been doing competition tanning for a long time. I do 14 shows a year. Actually, it's growing now as of yesterday. And I tan for different federations. So I know what it's like. I know what each federation, I know the requirements for tanning. I know what they expect. And it's hard and it's stressful, but it's a passion of mine. I love it because I'm a competitor myself, I'm a judge myself, and I'm a spray tanner as well. So I absolutely love my job. And I work under stress pretty well from what I was told. Alrighty, guys, I will let you guys go. Have a wonderful Friday, and please, if you are going outside, wear your SPF and stay hydrated. It is a scorcher out there. It's almost 12 noon here in Southern Cali, and it's 109. I'm dying. Alrighty, guys, have a wonderful Friday, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.